The Business of Dental Hygiene, or Drop the Ego, or Money Talks. You pick the title. Developing a New Paradigm for the Hygienist-Dentist Relationship. Time for a new vision for the practice of hygiene. After a number of years in hygiene, listening to my colleagues complain about how they are not practicing the way they wanted, that it's not about care but production, feeling their bodies breaking down and the constant stress, I started developing my own idea about how, if given the opportunity, I would design my own independent practice and share this concept with others. Dental hygiene with Roma becomes a reality. Going independent. This was not easy, but truthfully, it took about 2 years to really begin to succeed. Here, I should take a moment and tell you that my idea of success is to practice the way I want, see the number of patients that I want, and provide the best care I can, and to have the ability to have a certain designated amount of time off to pursue other passions. Tons of marketing, some failures, and oddly, the more fun I started having, and coincidentally, the more gray hair I got, the more patients came to my practice. I began asking patients why were they choosing to come to an independent. The answers really surprised me. Simple reasons. Quietly, I thought, why doesn't some smart dentist call me up and ask me out to lunch and ask me too? Never happened. I wonder why. Ego? I noticed that my patients, especially women, I'm sure there's a future research project here for me to do, really wanted me to succeed. At the same time, I began developing relationships with local dentists who would take my referrals. Don't kid yourself. There are some who refuse to take them and still do. I can't figure that one out. Again, is it the ego? From the beginning conversations, there appeared to be a disconnect between dentists and hygienists and how they interacted with each other. Digging further into this disconnect and talking with dentists, I realized that dental students are never really exposed to the basics of the hygiene profession in dental college. So, how to start the process of changing behaviors from negative to a more positive and a collaborative nature? More information needed to satisfy my curiosity. At the same time, a very keen dentist crossed my path. He called me for an appointment for himself. The reason? He proceeded to tell me that as we have mutual patients, he has noticed that mine are different. They get it. So I want to understand, what is it exactly that you do differently? I pounced on this opportunity. Let's get gathering information. Back to basics. Interview 3 individuals to get a baseline of information. A recent graduate from dental college, a retired dentist, and another regulated healthcare professional. The method I used? Face-to-face sessions. A series of open-ended questions, a few questions that are simple, yes, no, and questions that required reflection and honesty. We don't know what we don't know until we ask. Now to gather the results and see what we have to work with to make a change. Actually, this part was exciting. Imagine sitting down with someone and being able to actively engage in ideas that at times were completely out of the box for them, but to hygienists were blatantly obvious. Was it because I wasn't an employee? Was it because we were equals, just exchanging thoughts? One of the individuals, the recent grad, started realizing the potential benefit of having an independent hygienist work cooperatively with his practice. We couldn't stop the conversation. Before we knew it, we decided to align our practices and at the same time remain independent of each other. Don't be afraid to peek around the corner and see what can happen using innovative ideas to build the practice that you always wanted. Are you intrigued? To find out if this concept would suit your practice, contact me, Roma, and discuss the possibilities. For guidance, ideas, tools, or one-on-one mentoring, contact by email dhwroma@gmail.com. Call me 705-526-1358 or check my website www.dentalhygieneWithRoma.com.